What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, to another exciting, over the top, hopefully entertaining, educational, but most importantly, heartwarming episode of Chevalier. I am Sebastian Michaelis. It is a pleasure to meet you. Today, we are on site at the beautiful Peachtree Piedmont Park here in Atlanta, Georgia. I always figured to always get different views from different places because dating is about leaving your comfort zone. And it don't matter whether you're black, white, Asian, Hispanic, Puerto Rican, South American, or even those penguins in Antarctica. Everybody at some point in life wants to be loved and appreciated. And because of that, I thought it was good to, try some other views, see what's going on out here. It's a beautiful, beautiful day in the city. Yeah, not too far from where I am. And figured I would get out pretty early here in Atlanta, Georgia. You have a lot going on. Excuse me, guys. Uh, Here in Atlanta, you got a lot going on. You got Dragon Con this weekend, and as a huge anime fan, you know I'm down for it. You got Georgia, Oregon. Went to the game yesterday. Saw Georgia ultimately decimate Oregon, and you got Black Pride weekend and other events going on around the city. So I figured if I get out early, I can have a chance to get some good shots and hopefully put together some content for you guys today. Speaking of today's topic is waiting for the right person. Very often in dating, we always hear this idea of, I'm not gonna do anything. I'm just gonna wait for the right man. I'm not gonna do nothing. I'm just gonna wait for God to bring me the perfect man. And very often, I always ask women, you know, uh, uh, where in the Bible does it say this? Where in the Bible does it say that God's going to bring you a good man? And very often I hear Proverbs 18:22. Book of Proverbs in the Holy Bible. Shall a man seeketh a wife, shall he findeth a good thing and favor with the Lord? I think a lot of women misunderstand this premise. The idea is, shall a man seeketh a wife? The connotation is you're a wife when the guy meets you. Not none of this nonsense. Oh well, when I meet the right guy. No, it's you're a wife when the guy meets you. Not shall a man seeketh a woman, because the idea is that obviously every woman isn't created or worthy enough to be a wife, because there are certain premises that comes with marriage that only certain women envelop. And I'm not going to list those traits because it's different for every man. Every man wants a different set of premises for the woman he wants to marry. But the idea is that there's a general premise for what men want. The type of men that women want to be with: successful men who follow the dime rule. Dignity, integrity, morals, and ethics. Dime. The type of guys who carry themselves in a clean cut way, who smell good, who have vibrant blue collar jobs, or a consistency of being able to hold down a good blue collar job. And most importantly, guys who carry themselves in a manner in which they want to be respected by their peers, by their parents, by their community, by the people they love the most. And I could go to another Bible verse, First Samuel, where a lot of women think that the value of a good man, or the man that God's waiting to bring them, is predicated on looks. He has to be my type. He has to be the type of man I want to be with, or else it's not worth it. And the idea premise here is that looks has something to do with a good man or the perfect man. In First Samuel, it specifically says, do not judge his height or his appearance, for I've rejected him. And I'm not saying that looks shouldn't matter, because at the end of the day, looks do matter. But so often you meet women who put so much stock into looks and then talk about finding a good man. And the Bible pretty much says do the opposite. It says, again, do not judge his height, his appearance, for I have rejected him. God does not see what man sees. Man looks at the outward appearance, while God only judges you based on your heart. So when I meet so many women who say they're waiting on God, and then in the same sentence say that he got to look a certain way or he's not my type, it's a contradictory. It's almost like saying someone's pretty ugly. Pretty and ugly being the contradictory of each other. God is not going to send you the man you want. God is going to send you the man you need. So while you're waiting on the man you want, I see some ducks out here. You guys see this is pretty cool. That's a pretty cool shot. I guess he's having a pretty good morning. But the idea premise is that that the man you want obviously has a different set of values than the man you need. Because the man you want is just usually based on looks. He looks good. He's I don't want to offend any groups of men, but he's, you know, holds a certain premise that usually make women turned on, or gets them to be attracted to them sexually, and not the guy who you can introduce to your parents and your parents be satisfactory with what they see. I generally tell women that the base premise of the type of man God's going to send you is not going to be the dude you want. He ain't going to look the way you want. He ain't going to dress the way you want. And he ain't going to carry himself the way you want in the streets or by any other means. The type of men that most women need, other than the premise of dime, is generally a guy who appreciates you, a guy who's commonly valuable by his peers, his community, the people around him, but most importantly, the people he love and care about. So we're talking about people who actually care about, helping others, who care about making themselves the best version of themselves so they can help others, so they can help their significant other. You want a man who's going to take you in and then say, hey, I can take this woman and make her better. Not saying that she's not already good the way she is, but that I can put her in a position where she can have a lot more than what she did when she first met me. Whether it's said or not, the premise for most guys is simple. I want to make this woman better than when I met her. I want to put her in a better position than she was than when I first got with her. I want to make sure that she's in a situation where she's not going to need what she needed when she met me. So this whole idea of waiting on God to bring me the type of man I want is a dead notion. And I found it offensive that a lot of these women use the name of God but don't read the Bible, because the Bible will tell you up front that looks has nothing to do with what you're looking for. So it's almost like I'm going to take the bits and pieces of the Bible that I want to use, and then the rest of that I'm going to ignore. You can't ignore it. The Bible tells you straight up, like, you need a man based on his heart, based on his nobility, based on his ability to respect you and the people you love and the people around you. So I pretty much tell most women, if you're waiting on God and you can't accept the man that he brings you because he's not the man that looks a certain way, then, get a dog and die alone. And I'm not saying die alone to be harsh. I'm saying die alone because at the end of the day, now, especially in our community, in the African American community, we tend to lean on choosing guys that we know, the bad boy phase, cool, but then you suffer the consequences of it. And all the guys that are successful and prominent, they're going to meet women within the race, or you sometimes outside of the race, for women who want to appreciate a nice guy. Nice guys don't finish last; they finish best. Because the women that don't appreciate them, I guarantee you, that once they reach a certain level of success, there are certain women that's going to want them regardless, even if you didn't when they was trying to work their way up. So thank you guys so much. Don't want to keep, beating same situation, but I think it is known that this whole premise of God bringing me this good man, and I'm just gonna wait on God, like, so like that strike of lightning gonna happen. This perfect guy's gonna come to you. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Another reason I chose this location because this was the site of my very first video. Literally the site of my very first video. It's been like a year. It's been like a year at this point. Yeah, it's been like a year. But it looks beautiful. Still looks nice. Got out here pretty early again in the morning to get a good shot. Got these nice geese over here. I don't know if you can really see them. Have to zoom in a little bit. No, I can't zoom. But it's pretty cool. Thank you all for joining. Hope that we can further some discussions in dating, purpose of relationships, and get people to what they want. Um, Hope you guys enjoy summer. Obviously, unofficial ending of summer with Labor Day weekend. Till next time, peace. We are gone.